So we've used this coilover system on the S2000s. This is the Pro C. We've had about 4 cars now, and 3 of the customers are primarily street car driving, and one of them is track use. And when I say track use, it's weekend track use, still a street car. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback, so I decided to start carrying a few sets in stock. Especially after I drove one of the cars, I was impressed the way the car would ride. And also what I like is the adjustability. You can set these up to suit your needs however you want to drive and however it suits you. There is, of course, adjustability here, which you're changing this area here for the spring, and then you've got an adjustment here that you can set the height completely separate. And of course, you can adjust the rebound right here, and it has what I like is a really large area to hold onto. It's not the real tiny knob. It's much larger, and it's very audible. You hear that? You know exactly where your adjustments are, and it's again super adjustable, so you can set these up the way you want. This is a front and a back for an S2000, and another thing I like here is the mounting tab for the brake line. A lot of them don't do this. You usually have to kind of zip tie it, or they have a clamp that clamps around here. This is actually welded to the shock, so it makes it super easy to install. It's very OE style, and again, it's just one of those little pluses that I like. Alright, so we've talked about the Skunk2 suspension for the S2000. We put it on Don's car about, what, 2 months ago?
2 months ago, yeah.
So you've had a chance to drive it?
And I have, and it makes a world of difference. I mean, the cornering is definitely improved. I haven't pushed it right to the limit, but I know it's a lot more confident now going around corners. She rides better,
yeah.
Which that was surprised. I thought she would be a little stiff, and no, it's actually smoother. And
we actually adjusted it kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of adjustability, so it can go aggressive if it was more of a track-oriented vehicle, but just play car, spirited driving, weekend warrior type stuff, we put it somewhere in the middle, and it's not too harsh, and it's not annoying.
Beautiful. I'm glad I went with it.
Awesome. And it is the Pro C, so we're stocking this suspension. It's another alternative to the Buddy Club. It's not better than the Buddy Club, it's not worse, it's just more adjustable, and I think it's more catered towards the more aggressive driving and even track use. So again, it's just an option for you. So
very nice.
You could tell us about that.
Yeah. So I have yet to enjoy the best of it, but it's really good.
Good. Perfect. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't annoying, because day one, when you get a modification, you feel the good side of it, and then after a couple of weeks, if it's bad, it starts to get on your nerves. So
no, perfect.
Good. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Great work.
There we are. You might have seen him before. He's one of our regulars. He's also a good friend. Look at this guy. This is what he brought us, by the way. So we didn't pay him, he paid us.
Right.
Of course, you get the wrenches. The big thing to note here, they're a different size. There is a smaller one and a larger one. In the past, we've seen these where they're the exact same size, and it's difficult to adjust these right here. You see there's a different size. This is a smaller nut, this is a bigger nut. The smaller wrench fits here perfect. If you try and use the bigger one here, of course, the radius here is different, so it doesn't hold on very well. You pull on this, it slips, you damage this nut, and you also bust up your knuckles. So I want to report there are different wrenches. I want to go ahead and show you because I like these so much. So you can see them here when you put them over. There, you see that? There is the larger one. Of course, it doesn't fit quite right. The smaller one, it fits perfect. You put the larger one on there, and you see the radius is correct. And again, this is important when you're trying to adjust these things and your arms are up in the fender well, and it's frustrating when you get some of these aftermarket ones where they give you a very cheap wrench. It's very thin. These don't bend. These are a good 1/4 inch thick. So this makes adjusting so much better. Of course, you're going to use the large wrench on the larger nut, and then both of these you're going to use the smaller one. And again, when you're done, you got to lock these down, which means you got to lock them down tight. You don't want these things moving. Of course, to do that, you need the wrench to be the right size. So again, I wanted to show that because it's something you don't think about until you start adjusting them. The other thing I wanted to note is the packaging. Each shock is wrapped in plastic and it's in its own individual box, so it keeps these things safe in shipping. And then of course the box that they come in fits all 4 of these perfect. When you've dealt with some of the companies that will ship these things and these bounce around, I've had it where the adjusters have been damaged because they're laid in here with just foam around. These are wrapped in plastic because the way this end is, there is almost 4 layers of cardboard here and then another layer on the outside to make sure that these travel safe. Now, we ship these to us directly from Skunk2. We're primarily stealing these installed and adjusted so we can make sure the adjustment is perfect. But contact us, we can put something together. Maybe we can ship you a complete set of the Skunk Pro C coilovers for your S2000. So we have a little bit of maintenance work. This is one of our good customers. He is getting a brake kit, a steering angle sensor, and a couple of small odds and ends. But this is one of the supercharged cars that we did a ways back, and it's still a fantastic car. We'll put this up on the lift. I'll show you around it real quick. And this is a nice touch, by the way. This is one of those little things that someone looks at it and does it and goes, I'm going to do it as my own personal preference. And it looks good. It's black on the bottom and then has that small red pinstripe. I like that. It's one of those small things, but it just breaks it up. Makes it look just a little bit different there. Let me show you the other side. This is something he did. I kind of like it. You see that? Just a small, subtle change. And again, it's part of that personalizing thing. Also part of what makes this stuff so much fun is being able to do this to your own car. Just those little things.
Alright, first on the list we're replacing this steering angle sensor with this brand new unit. I put a little fresh grease on there because it does have grease on it, but I put a little new one on there. Put a brand new sensor in there. It does come with a new O-ring that seals it to the rack. We're going to put that in. I'm sure you guys know where it goes if you know S2000s, but it goes up in that hole there. I've already put the new O-ring in. I've marked the steering, even though it doesn't matter. I'll be able to at least kind of see where it was. Hopefully I'll get it right on the first try.
Okay, so everything is done. Brake package is on. Just got to set the brakes, drive it, basically double check everything. And the steering angle sensor is done. Again, this is a supercharged car we did a while ago. And this customer loves this car. 400 horsepower, convertible, Honda Roadster. It doesn't get much better than that. So like I said in the past, I only sell what I use. In fact, our Red Integra right now, we're using the Pro Cs, and George's car has it as well. We've put this on so many customers' car, and now we're starting to get a good feedback. I feel comfortable carrying the suspension and selling it because I don't want to sell something just because it's something we make money on. That's not what it's about. It's never been the primary reason to be in business. So keep that in mind if you want to do the Skunk2 suspension. We're going to keep those in stock as well as the Body Club. And call us direct. Talk to Esther. Let us know you want to do the suspension. We'll put a package together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.